Yo, what is going on, guys? On today's episode, men, of course, are not approaching modern women, and why would they? It represents a massive risk, and yet the women are still complaining that men are not approaching them. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and let's get right into it.
No, because we need to speak about this. Why are we in a epidemic of men who no longer pursue women? It's not even like when we were younger. It kind of is when they would tell their friend, "I don't play like you." You know, people still do that, but at the same time, it don't even get to a point like that. It get to a point where they just will stare at you and never say nothing. Y'all gotta stop doing this. And then a woman is not gonna be with a dude who can't even have confidence to come up and get what he wants. Not to say you gonna get what you want, but you the man. And if you have interest in somebody, why not pursue it, especially being the man? I just don't see that, because you wouldn't want a woman coming up to you. I mean, some dudes don't mind that, but at the same time, it's like a woman shouldn't have to. Personally, that's how I feel. A woman shouldn't have to. It should be a man.
She calls it a pandemic of men who will not pursue. Like, these women are ridiculous, guys. Guys got the message that approaching was not wanted, and now she wants it switched back on. Like, that's how that works at all. Yeah, no thank you.
If you're out and you want to give a man a chance to approach you, this is what you're going to do. You're going to look at him, wait until he notices that you're looking at him. When he looks at you, you're going to look away. Then you're going to look at him again with a subtle smile, very subtle. And then this time you're going to wait until he looks away. And then you're not going to look at him again. Then you're going to wait until he comes and talks to you. Try that.
This routine is just a way to dodge talking to him for 5 seconds. Every step hands the risk back to the guy and keeps her hands completely clean. Read one glance wrong as a man and it becomes the next complaint video.
You are not ugly. Guys don't approach you because they know they can't afford you. Probably because it's either giving you're too expensive, you're giving high maintenance, or I think I'm better than you. And you might be. Trust me, a man knows when you're out of his league. That man is either going to choose to shoot a shot. Those are the ones you should run far, far away from. Or he's going to recognize immediately this is going to require way more of a chase than I am prepared to give. And you have to respect that level of awareness. Oh no, girl, it's not you. But remember, don't say nothing. Don't ask no questions. Just pay attention.
Every man who says nothing just proves to her how expensive she must be, apparently. The reality of the situation is this, guys. Nobody wants to talk to women this damn entitled, and they clearly do not see it.
I'm gonna need the girls to come in here into the comments and say exactly where you would like to be approached and where you would not like to be approached. Because I know a lot of women are like, oh, I want to be approached at the gym, but then there's women who don't. So I'm not exactly sure, but personally, I love being approached, and I think it's great when a guy shoots his shot.
I'm sorry, guys, but as women, you don't really get to pick and choose this stuff, right? You either get men who approach you or you don't. Women spent a long time saying they didn't want men to approach them, so men simply listened. You can't go, oh, well, we want this spot to be approachable and this spot to not be approachable, and then maybe on the Tuesdays are okay and men have to word it in this particular way. It doesn't work like that. Men are just going to say no, thank you.
The problem is, men are not approaching women like they used to. They will look, but they don't approach. And I've been told by some men that apparently I look intimidating. Guys, if you see me in real life, I'm 5'2". I'm so small. I'm always smiling. I don't know what is intimidating about me. Unless they don't believe in their source. Do you know what I mean? But like, what is the way around this, please? What is the way around it? Because, yeah, dating apps are convenient, but then apparently if I'm on apps, then makes me a low-value woman, makes me a loser, makes me this, makes me that. So what's the alternative?
Men don't approach women in real life because you told us that we're creeps, you told us we're dangerous, you told us you don't like it, you called it harassment. And believe it or not, a lot of men are guilty of contributing to making women feel uncomfortable. It's not actually something that men want to do. Honestly, rejection is not great. Yes, we've been trained to do it all our lives, but bro, no one wants to be rejected, fam. The problem with women who want men to approach them is there's no change in your behavior when you want the attention or when you don't want it. You are the same person.
This dude is absolutely correct, guys. Men were called creeps and predators for approaching and then blamed for taking the hint. Men are not angry. They are just handing the message that women gave right back to them.
You guys are out here talking about the male loneliness epidemic, mind you. I just posted a video saying, hey, men need to bring back the art of, like, asking women out and, like, approaching them. Every man in the comments was like, nope, your turn. We're not doing that. We don't, for what? For an expense? Yeah, you guys aren't worth it. Next time. There is no male loneliness epidemic. They don't want it. They don't care.
Men gave her a straight answer about the effort not being worth it. That's usually what happens when women post these videos, is dudes will simply say no thank you. They can choose to ignore that or, try and gaslight us, but at the end of the day, men are simply just not doing it.
Ladies, don't be afraid to start approaching the men that you find interesting or attractive first. Hear me out. I don't know any men, not a single man, who doesn't like to be approached. I do, however, know a handful of women that do not like to be approached. They're a little freaks, so I think a little bit of work in the front end, just to see if there's a mutual interest there, doesn't hurt.
The thing about approaching men as a woman, unfortunately, is that I think at this point, not even the men want to be approached by you for the most part. And realistically, here's the real problem, guys. By the time a woman has to start approaching men, she has already screwed up so damn badly.
One thing that I know about men is that they love a chase. Men are made to chase. They're made to chase you. Biologically, they are made to chase you. They're not meant for you to chase them. They're not made that way. So if you find yourself in chase mode, just know that you're in an unnatural process. You need to reverse it to where he chases you. And the way to do that is to sit back in your feminine. What does that look like? It looks like you not pursuing. It looks like you not texting him every day. It looks like you not initiating. Don't initiate dates. Don't initiate texts. Don't initiate conversation. He will naturally fill in the gap. So if you sit back, he will naturally do the chasing. You have to focus on being super magnetic, okay? Think about you and think about how magnetic you are, how fantastic you are, how confident you are. He can't stop thinking about me. He can't keep his hands off of me. He thinks I'm amazing. This is what you need to think about yourself, because that signal is being emitted to him and he can feel that.
The advice here is a full guide to doing nothing and calling it a plan. Every scrap of effort gets handed to him while she works on feeling magnetic, whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on this one as well, guys. No, thank you.
If you want men to approach you, do your makeup using your beautiful features that you already have. Wear a cute dress, not too revealing, because you don't. Okay, super revealing clothes attract the wrong type of attention. Wear something kind of elegant, okay? Look at people in the eye, the ones that you think are cute and think that, you want. Look at them in the eye and smile when they pass by. You'll get approached. It's that simple. Be friendly. Be nice.
I find videos like this to be hilarious, guys. Like, women have actually gotten to the point where they need to coach each other on how to be approached by a man. Again, right, if you're in this position as a woman, you have royally screwed up something.
I know some of you ladies are so scared to make the first move, so I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. Okay, at step 1, we have grab him by the hips, all right? You grab those hips. 2, you feel his pockets, okay? And you put your hand inside the pockets. And then when you feel like a wallet in the pocket, what you want to do is grab the wallet and run. Don't kiss him. Rob him, sis. Rob him.
Ah, yes, guys, the absolute classic. Here's how to approach a man, but really you're just robbing him. At the end of the day, guys, I don't think this is too different to what women try to do anyway, oftentimes, unfortunately.
I don't know, last time I checked, men don't give a fuck about men's mental health.
It kind of makes you wonder who they checked with.
Also, I don't know why we're dogpiling a woman for not giving a fuck that men are hijacking another month to call it their mental health month.
How can they be hijacking a month that is actually Men's Mental Health Month? It's almost like it's in writing out there somewhere.
Can we please, go outside and interact with real human beings for once? Be fucking for real.
I have a question. So does that mean those that celebrate the fact that it's National PTSD Awareness Month, are they also hijacking another month? Or does that not make any sense either?
The only time I've seen men make think pieces about mental health is when it's in response to women talking about their mental health and their struggles. I don't give a fuck.
Let me be brutally honest. I highly doubt that there's a long line of individuals that are going to put a lot of weight in some individuals' actual opinions about that matter.
Have whatever month you have. I don't give a fuck. Work on it yourself, baby. We've been working on it ourselves all these fucking years. You can do the same fucking thing. You don't need to hold our fucking hands. The fuck?
How interesting. But despite the negative statements that some individuals make, gentlemen, I would like to remind you that there are quite a lot of men, as well as some good women out there, that really do care about your mental health.
This is exactly why men do not open up to women, by the way, guys. Like, of course, these women have to just mock men's mental health and then complain, right? Like, these are the same women that will complain about men not opening up, but at the same time make a complete joke out of men's mental health. Like, you can't have it both ways.
It's always the biggest red flag when older men always date younger women, not just because it's gross, but also because you're dating that age because that age doesn't know the red flags and they don't have the self-worth yet. So why do you always need them, you know, to validate you? If you're like 35, what about you is not matching up to women that are 35?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to love how they assume a man who picks a younger woman has to be conning someone naive. Like, these women are not actual adults themselves. A lot of the time, these women are just jealous because they are no longer the young women who are actually receiving the attention anymore. It's pretty funny when you think about it.
This might be a hot take, but I really don't fucking care. I think women should start approaching men more, and I'm so serious. And I don't mean that in like a feminist equality type of way. I mean it in like a it's more efficient that way type of way. And anybody that knows me in real life knows that I be sharking dudes for real. Like, anytime I'm outside, bitch, I will pick and choose who I want to talk to, and I will walk right up to you and talk. And a lot of women think I'm crazy for that. And I am crazy. But there's also a method to my madness, you feel me? Because it's like, the way I see it, you have one of two options when you're outside, right? You could get approached by 5 different men that you probably wouldn't touch with a 10-foot fucking pole. Or you could walk into a bar, look around the room, find the one that you find attractive, and walk straight up to him. Like, it just makes good business sense, you feel me? Time is money, shit. And they never see it coming, because women don't typically do this, but shit, these other bitches minnows, I'm a shark.
So I will say again, here's the problem with women approaching guys. Like, you know, it sounds good on paper, and I used to think this was perhaps a good idea, but in reality, by the time a woman has to approach a man, she has done something incredibly wrong, guys. And it usually indicates that, you know, if she's someone who's approaching men, she's approaching a lot of them. So it's typically not someone you're going to want to date anyway. You can get hookups by doing this as a woman, and dudes will say thank you and then typically bounce. But at the end of the day, you know, women who have to do this, you know, it's a real big red flag.
Okay, Psychology 101. How to make a man chase you. I'm constantly seeing this trend with women where they're always chasing the man that they want, and they're always like, why doesn't he want me? Why can't he chase me? What am I doing wrong? Let me tell you. Okay, one thing you need to wrap your head around is that men love bitches, okay? And I'm not saying mean girls. I'm just saying stop being nice. Stop being the nice girl, the chill girl, the girl that does everything. Enough! No one wants that. Nice girls finish last. And we hear this all the time. There's a freaking book about it. Read it.
Being cold on purpose gets sold here as a relationship skill. This is exactly why dudes are not dealing with you whatsoever. The thing is, if you try and act cold towards a man or you treat him like garbage, men with self-respect are simply going to just leave you alone entirely. And this is why so many situationships exist, by the way, right? Is because dudes will have their fun and they'll just bounce because they realize you're a horrible human being.
Until you do this, he will not chase you. You have to get yourself to a point where any man, I don't care what man it is, no matter how attractive, no matter whatever, you have to get yourself to a point to feel about this man like you feel about the men that you don't like. Think about all the men that you're just like not attracted to, not interested in. Think about how easy it is for you to cancel on them, for you to just not care. So easy. It's effortless. Now, if you could only do that for the men that you actually want, you can. You can do that. It takes some work, but you can do it. No matter what, your worth, your self-respect, your self-love, you come first, always, first and foremost, always, every single day, 365 days a year. People like to battle about the moral psychology behind this, but with men, it actually works. Every time I don't care, I actually don't care. The men I actually want, they come back around. They do the things that I want. You know why? Because I started treating them like I don't care. But I meant it. You have to mean it. You have to actually not give an F. Whether that man likes you, is in your life, is doing anything for you. You don't need the man. You don't need him. You don't care about him. If he walked out of your life today, right now, you'd be like, good. Until you can get yourself there with every man, you can't have them. You can have any man. But until you get your self-concept that you can have any man, you can't. Does that make sense?
So the plan is to fake not caring for as long as it takes. She even admits it only works if the not caring is real. The guy on the other end has no idea it is an act the entire time. And what'll happen is men will just not want to deal with you. Again, they'll sleep with you and then they'll just leave or not take you seriously. So good luck with your plan here.
Dating apps are so bad now, you're going to have to start approaching men back in the wild again. These are some things that I did in the 90s that work really well. Say to him, are you looking to date someone? Do you want me to be your wing woman? What kind of woman are you interested in? And then hope that he describes basically you. Say to him, oh my God, you smell amazing. Oh my God, what aftershave is that? I've said this before, but tell him you used to have such a big crush on him. Honestly, he will spend the rest of his life trying to make you have a crush on him again. Ask him to carry something for you, anything, literally anything. And then go, oh my God, I can't believe that you carried that by yourself. Let him overhear you raving about him to someone else, not for his looks, but just for some character attribute like, oh, did you hear Simon then? Simon said this really funny thing. Or did you hear that song? Simon put that on the stereo. He's like really good, isn't he? If anything funny is happening around you, like if you're in a coffee shop and there's someone talking really loudly, or if you're on a train and there's someone being really weird on the train, then look at the person you fancy and catch their eye and smile. Nothing brings you closer than both of you having a moment about someone else who's being a bit. Break the ice, and then if he fancies you, he can man up and ask you for a date. If he doesn't ask you for a date, it usually means he's lacking a lot of confidence or you're just not his type.
Every trick on the list is a way to get him to do the asking without her ever asking. Do you ever think that maybe if you were a woman worth taking seriously or worth caring about in the first place, that men would actually do it for you to begin with?
One of the funniest things in the world is when a guy works up the courage to come over and approach you, get your number, but then they just don't fucking text you. Like, dude, I saw you looking at me. You worked up the courage, you came over, you did the hard part, and now you're just gonna fumble it? Or what's even funnier is when they do message you, but then they just fumble you hard. Like, can't text, can't read, can't write, can't wipe their butt, can't do anything these days. It's so funny to me.
I'm just going to say what I think happened, guys. This dude probably, if he even is real in the first place, he probably asked for her Instagram. She probably gave it. He probably saw that there was a bunch of bikini photos and decided she wasn't worth it. That's typically how these things go, guys, right? Like if a man displays interest in you and then stops displaying interest in you, there's typically a reason why. This is about as clear as an answer as this topic gets, and nobody had to get insulted here. Short replies and no plans wear a guy down long before he says anything. Dudes will simply opt out, right? Like if you're just going to treat a guy like trash and be annoying, dudes will just stop pursuing you altogether.
Men, have you ever been talking to a girl and genuinely just like one day you woke up and you were like, you know what, I'm not really interested anymore? Does that happen? Has that happened? Do you just sometimes just like, you know what?
This does actually happen, but not for the reason that you think it happens. The reason why a man will go from being really interested in you, always reaching out, always continuing the discussion, to not doing that, it is because you are not reciprocating that energy. He feels like he's the only one that likes anyone in this whole dynamic. Because time and time again, he's the one that reaches out first. He's the one that continues the conversation. You show up with delayed responses, short responses that are not open-ended. You don't respond enthusiastically to him wanting to see you again, and you definitely don't plan actual dates. That sort of thing adds up over time, and even though a man will attempt to continue to pursue you over weeks, maybe even months, it starts to whittle down his confidence with you. He starts to really, truly believe that you don't really like him that much. And you know, what is the reason for this? Why is he putting in all of this effort if you're not willing to reciprocate?
Something these women fail to understand is that typically the men were never actually interested in the first place, right? Like if you're sitting here complaining that, oh, men just become uninterested with me, chances are he just wasn't interested in anything serious with you to begin with. These women always lie to themselves, but at the end of the day, they typically don't have a boyfriend. They're sleeping with some dude, and of course, he just bails eventually.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking.
I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence. And
this is like those memes you see online, guys, where it's like fork found in kitchen or something like that. Of course, men are not approaching you, and of course, the reasons are very damn obvious. Women love to pretend like they didn't spend the last 10 plus years telling men not to approach them and that we're all creeps and, you know, absolute demons and predators and horrible people. And they're like, wow, where did all the dudes go? Like, the answers are fairly damn obvious.
Sure needs healing, because what do you mean I go to a bar and this guy buys me a drink and everybody at the bar is like, like everyone was like shocked that a man bought me a drink. It was like they were watching a TV show. Like suddenly people sitting next to me are like whispering about it, people sitting on the other side whispering, the bartender's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, are we okay? So I go to this bar by myself. I was just kind of exploring the neighborhood. I was going to bars I hadn't been to because I was staying at a hotel nearby, and the bar was kind of new, so I go in there. I just wanted to like just experience it and get a drink. I literally just got a beer, sat by myself at the bar with a beer. Within like 5 minutes or so, the bartender walks up to me and he's like, hey, the guy at the end of the bar wants to buy you a drink. And I was like, oh, okay, who? And I go and I look, and this guy's like, ooh, he's kind of like goofy.
I think men buying drinks for women has become more and more rare simply because men realize that it's not actually worth the risk or the waste of money. Plenty of women actually just treat it like getting a free thing from a man, so men simply stop doing it.
And like, you know, not my type. And I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of thinking about it. And then the guy walks over and he was like, I just want to say you're so beautiful. And like, I would love to just do something nice for you. I'd love to buy you a drink if you don't mind. And like, normally I'm not really cool with doing that because accepting a drink from a man you're not interested in can lead to some very crazy and sometimes dangerous situations. It's kind of a safety issue because if you're not interested, men don't tend to react well to that. But he really was saying that he was doing it just to be nice and that he was, you know, he made it sound like it was low pressure. I was like, okay. So he sits down next to me and I don't know why. I guess maybe people were surprised that I like accepted the drink or that I allowed him to sit next to me.
Whenever I see these videos, I kind of think they're just propaganda at this point, trying to encourage men to continue approaching women with no expectation whatsoever. At the end of the day, this is a complete scam of a move for men to do, and men are just stopping buying drinks for women because it's simply a waste of time and money.
I'm not really attracted to women right now. And before you spam up, you're gay, never been gay, never will be. I'm not attracted to the ego in the majority of women. The mindset, the energy, the attitude, the disrespect. Women aren't really appealing no more to me. Like the ego, it's mainly the ego. So many egotistical women that treat you like you're beneath them and they're better than you. And like their looks mean everything to them and like they have nothing else to go off of.
This is absolutely true. For a lot of men, it's not actually about the looks of a woman. Just getting treated like you are beneath someone kills interest from men very damn rapidly.
If you, as a woman, have a husband and you are not a man hater, I don't trust your husband.
Oh, no, not that. Some random woman with bigoted views doesn't trust your husband because you're not as bigoted as they are. How awful.
I don't trust him. I probably don't like him.
I'd be rather curious to know how many women out there that are actually sensible would care that some woman who despises all men thinks about their husband. A lot of people really overestimate the importance of their own opinions.
Probably doesn't treat you right. You probably don't run the right program for that man. Like if you have a man, but you don't generally hate most men, most, right? Not all. I don't trust your husband.
Maybe they don't understand the definition of hate. That's entirely possible. It is so often overused these days.
Because the man-hating women that ended up with a man, they're the real one.
Yes, indeed. They're the real ones that most sensible men want to avoid.
And they have vetted that man that's there. They have vetted him. They know everything about him inside out, upside down. And I would trust that man.
It's really unfortunate that some women out there really don't have a lot of respect for other women, unless, of course, they think in the exact same way that they do. Or otherwise, they would know that women who even love and respect men actually do vet their partners. But they would know that if they actually climbed out of their echo chamber once in a while.
One woman treats her own suspicion like a verdict on someone else's marriage. The replies point out that a wife knows her husband far better than a stranger does. Nobody asked for her approval on their relationship anyway. Thinking a hunch beats their marriage is the real problem.
Okay, this is a PSA for all the men out there who are saying that they're lonely. Start shooting your shot. Because I'm tired of this. Like, I was at a show the other night because my best friend is an artist and he was performing. And I went backstage to grab my phone, and he and another guy had grabbed my phone and taken pictures of themselves, like a funny little thing, right? That friends do. And so when I got home, I messaged those pictures to him, and I was like, oh my god, this is funny. Like, I didn't even notice you tagged my phone. And he's like, yeah, the guy in the pictures said that you were so beautiful that it made his stomach hurt. That man, he didn't say a word to me. He didn't introduce himself to me. He didn't look at me. He didn't smile at me. Nothing. And you're telling me he thought I was so beautiful that I made his stomach hurt. And then just now at the gym, there's this cute motherfucking dude there. Long hair, sleeves, beautiful. And we kept looking at each other, making eye contact. And I smiled at him because I was like, okay, like I'm obviously looking at this man a lot, so I just need to smile at him so this isn't fucking weird. And he smiled back, and then he left.
Both men she describes were interested and both said nothing. That is exactly the outcome you would expect after a decade of warnings. She is annoyed by a silence that her own side of the internet specifically asked for. The message got through. She just does not like what came back.
He's gone. Probably never see him again because I never come to the gym at this time. So yeah, just go up to girls and just be like, hey, how are you? Do you have a boyfriend? If she says yes, be like, okay, cool, good luck to you guys, bye. If not, oh, we should go out to dinner sometime, or let me get your number. I have shot my shot at more men than men have shot their shot at me, and that is sad. I just want a confident man to come up to me and be like, I really like your tattoos. We should work out together sometime. Boom, done. It's really not that hard. What's the worst she's gonna do? She's gonna spit on you? I have never seen that in my life. So I'm confused on why you guys are so motherfucking scared to go up to girls. Like, unless she's like filming herself doing something, obviously don't walk up to her then. Because then you're just gonna be a meme. So don't do it. But just like wait for the right opportunity. Like when she's like, if you both are leaving at the same time, if you both are in the dry sauna at the same time. Mine's co-ed, I don't know. A lot of people's aren't. But you get what I'm saying. It's like sometimes it just lines up. Sometimes I'll be stretching and then the guy next to me will be stretching and I'll be like, oh, hi. It's not rocket science. Just fucking say something. Be just better. Be better!
Her script is practical enough here, and she is clearly not thrilled to be the one asking. She skips right past why guys decided silence was the safer bet. Handing them a script is the easy part. Nobody wants to look at how it got to this point. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.